Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and
Lisa.
Lisa and Frank. Happy Thanksgiving week. My head's not in the game yet. Okay. So Frank Sinclair and Lisa Sinnott here. We are a dynamic team. I can't stop laughing. We are a dynamic team of business leadership experts and coaches who offer keynotes, emceeing, and facilitating interpersonal communications and leadership development to small to mid-sized businesses. We are based in Colorado Springs, and our services are available both in the U.S. and international. So welcome to the Be Encouraged Show. We provide a platform for entrepreneurs and community-focused individuals to expand their reach and create a positive impact in the Colorado Springs communities. Today's episode is brought to you by our awesome sponsors, Joshua Aguirre, who's in the house today, and his company, Crescio. Have you heard of them? They offer pay what you can consultations to underprivileged entrepreneurs in Colorado Springs and teach people how to leverage ChatGPT for their business. Visit Crescio.com to learn more.
Please visit them.
Yes.
I just thought I'd throw that in for free. Visit them. I'm sorry.
And also Pro Media, our Christopher Roberts is also in the house today. They are Colorado's leading service for professional video and photo content with an emphasis on sales process videos to convert your prospects into paying customers. Check them out at promediacolorado.com.
Please check them out.
Yes. So let's dive in. Frank Sinclair,
Lisa,
who are our guests today?
Oh, before I go into our guests today, which are incredible humans.
Yes.
The reason that we have you on is because you're incredible humans. Lisa, we missed you.
Oh, thank you.
Last week was so different without you being here. The vibe, all of the things that you bring to this show was greatly missed. So we're so glad you feel better.
Thank you. I do feel better. I gotta say though, so I was sick in bed and I turned on the show and there was another woman in my chair. And I was like, what is happening right now? So yeah, there's that fun fact. I let Frank have it for a minute last week, but we're good now. I got it out of my system.
First thing she said to me when we met up was that, why did you put another woman in my chair? I just immediately threw that off on you, my man.
Yeah.
That was a Joshua Aguirre thing.
So yeah. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, she's better now. A couple hours of therapy and she's all right. So on our show today is the great Trudy L'Tova. Yes, English, beautiful, blonde English lady extraordinaire, a mother and part owner of the British store here in Colorado Springs. We got a great flair today because we're talking Brit stuff, right? And Robert Burton is here as well, one of the co-owners of the British store as well. Let's talk, not to diminish you guys because we're so glad you're here. We're going to have a lot of fun with you because you rock. Yes. But we're missing Martin Troy today, originally from Ireland, who's been living in Colorado Springs since 2002. Their alarm went off at the Brit store before they could get down here, so he couldn't. And the owner of the Brit, Steve Jones, and co-owner of the British store as well, couldn't make it because he has COVID.
Oh.
So,
Let him stay home, but sorry.
Yeah. Steve, if you're watching, we're glad you're not here.
Yes. But we'll get you on another time for sure.
Yes, we will. Right, so here we are, guys, able to talk about all things Brit. And since I don't know anything Brit, even though my wife is half Brit, but the only thing I know about her, she drinks tea and yells at me. So I don't know if that's a British custom or just a human custom, right? So hope you're not watching, Michelle.
I think it's a marital thing, yelling word.
It's got nothing to do with Britain.
Because when you're dating people, they usually won't yell at you. But if you are dating someone and they're yelling at you, you shouldn't marry them. But I'll just put that in for free.
Unless they make really good tea.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, no, that wouldn't. No.
You can't yell until you say "I do." Okay, by Lisa
say
standards,
that.
right? Isn't that what she just said?
Well,
if you're dating, you can't yell.
Well, yeah.
Right.
And you're already out. If you're yelling
Yes,
before,
thank
you're out.
you.
So why
Thank
bother,
you,
right?
Trudy.
Yeah.
Right. That's like
all.
red flag. If they can't hone in like when you're dating, there's a problem.
We are all going to be in trouble. You know that.
Right. Well, Trudy, all of that
Yes, darling.
preliminary stuff aside, tell us a little bit, who is Trudy L'Tova?
Trudy L'Tova?
I just love the name, by the way. The name is just like, is that your maiden name or?
No, this is my fifth name. He's laughing already.
Wait, you gotta explain.
You gotta find the right name.
Yeah, I was born with one. My mother remarried, so I took that one. Then I married, and he had changed his name.
Yep.
Your dad. And then we were divorced, and I married again. And then we were divorced. And then I have 2 children from one marriage, one from the other, and I didn't want to be partial to either. So at the point of divorce, the whole procedure, you can get to pick your name if you want. And their dad, nice Jewish boy, my Hebrew name was Tova. So I'm like, okay, I'll pray on this for a year, and I did, and I went with L'Tova, which confuses people all over.
I love it. It sounds
It
very
is.
Jewish.
Tova is a Jewish name?
It's a Hebrew name for good. It means good.
Well,
Which,
you knocked that out of the park,
That
didn't you?
bitch here. Well, she also knocked out of the park her pearls and rhinestones.
Woo!
Oh,
I'm
yes.
sparkling today.
Yes,
I always
she is.
sparkle. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm distracted by sparkle things too.
Yeah.
So, which is you guys. I mean, really, thank you for having us on your show today. That's very kind of you, and you guys are doing awesome. Very proud of you both.
Well, thank you. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. Tell us, how did you make the track from Great Britain to the U.S.?
To the U.S. Well, I came when I was 18 for a year, and then I went home to England and Scotland. I traveled around, but I decided that there was more opportunity in America. So I made my way back, and I met Robert. I have 3 sons, Richard, Robert, and Ronan. And Richard and Robert, their dad, I met David in Florida.
No.
And
That was Miami. That's how.
well,
Yep.
kind
It
of.
was
the Hollywood Boardwalk.
Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale. Oh yeah, I was on the beach in a
Hollywood,
black bathing
Florida.
suit. Okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
picture it in the shower, and he stalked me on the way home, and I'm like, okay.
Did you say he took a picture of you in the shower?
What?
No.
What did you
Of course he
I got
stalked you
stalked
all.
in shower too. What are you talking
This was
about?
30, 40 years ago. Romance was different.
There's a shower. There's a shower on the beach, right?
Oh yeah, the outdoor
Yeah,
shower.
outdoor showers.
Oh.
Black bikini.
Yeah.
When I was 20, that sparkle thing.
Yes.
Anyway, I happened to be walking home from the beach because we didn't live far from the beach, and
He followed you?
Grandma and Grandpa and he were driving home, and he apparently dropped the grandparents off, did a U-in, came around, and thought, oh, he's got a nice car, he doesn't look like a psycho, I think I'll give it a shot. And then we started dating, and before you know it, we were all wed. 8 years later, I decided, all the girls in the aerobics class, the aerobics class with the Jane Fonda kind of look, the whole thing.
And back then they wore like the G-string
The G-string
leotards
and the
over
was,
the, yes.
Anyway.
Not under like the...
No. I'll find you those photos, okay?
That was like 80s jam.
Anyway, the clock was ticking on a lot of those ladies, and I'm like, oh, what's wrong with me? Why don't I want children? Oh, well, maybe I'll do something like that. I'll have. So produced Richard and Robert.
Are they twins?
No, they're 22 months apart.
I think about that. He was in February,
Yeah.
and he's 2 years older than me, then 3 years older than me. Yeah, but
We want to.
a little bit longer than that, 27 months.
Yeah. And then when I
Wow.
remarried, I'd always thought I would have 3 boys, and it was like a miracle that Ronan is, another young man, just like these guys, and they're all very accomplished in their own ways, and very proud of them.
Nice.
So yeah,
I was
yeah.
terrified to have
Yeah.
We're
sons.
not far enough into the show for you to start bragging on your boy.
I can't yet.
Why not? She's a mama bear.
That's
What are
like
you talking
she-
I'm a mama
about?
bear.
She does a mom bear too.
We don't have agendas. Better than that.
And ever since then, so yes. What? I missed that.
Oh, I just love it. I love it. So your mama,
Your mom.
That one there.
your mom,
And you
Mom,
then,
yes.
yes.
Mom.
Exactly.
walking down Hollywood Beach
Yep.
In a black
in a
bikini.
black bikini.
After
I wasn't there, but
showering.
I heard it, apparently.
Publicly. Fort Lauderdale.
So only natural thing that happened was you guys come
Yep.
from that relationship.
I've heard that's how it
Marriage.
works.
They got married.
I know
they
they
were
were
married.
married.
Yeah, we were married.
I know they were married.
Grandma
You like
was
relationship.
I'm not trying to throw under the bus or anything. Lisa. Stop trying to rescue.
Grandma was asking for grandchildren as well. That was it. Grandma Ruth was amazing. She was,
She
the
was.
pressure. Yes.
I had
Yes.
a great grandma Ruth.
Yeah. You
Yes.
did. Okay. Small
Fabulous.
world. We could be related. Who
Yes.
knows?
Oh, coach, we have Grandma Ruth.
I am English.
Ah.
You're part what?
English.
Are you? Which part?
I'm predominantly Swedish and English. That's where I get my youth. Swedish
Oh,
and
is it?
English. Mhm.
Oh,
And her
I'm
beautiful skin.
Scottish.
Nice.
Yes.
Sinclair.
That's where you get your beautiful skin.
Do you ever
Robert.
wear a kilt? Let me talk to Robert now.
We don't want to go into the history of my Scottish roots, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's just not many black people that are Scottish. So that meant that there was
That was a
someone
good
that owned
story.
their family. Yeah, it's okay. Don't feel sorry for me.
Oh, everyone's
I'm
family
glad
ends up here
I'm
one way.
glad they got me to America. It's been a good thing, right?
It gets cold in Scotland.
Especially wearing a kilt.
Oh, that.
How far down is your Scottish lineage?
I don't really have one because my dad was adopted into the Sinclair family.
Oh, okay. So it's not by
So
bloodline. at
Chamberlain
all.
was our original name,
Oh, okay.
like Wilt
Mhm.
Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I never had that, so I got stuck with Sinclair.
It works.
Burton works.
We think
better.
of you
Burton's
every
nice.
Yeah,
Better than Burton.
Richard.
That's my brother's name.
Yeah, and
Like
the famous
Richard.
actor,
The
Yeah.
Sinclair gas
Richard
station.
Burton as
Oh,
well.
Right, so what was it? Was it Taylor?
You guys talking behind my back.
No, I was saying every time I'm on a road trip, I always think of you. John and I are like, oh, there's the Sinclair gas station.
Yeah. People used to call me dinosaur.
Oh, I'm sorry, Frank.
It's a nice little green dinosaur.
Yeah.
He's cute.
But there aren't any black ones.
Well, at the same time.
Who cares? There aren't like my
Not just being green.
Gosh, Frank.
Richard.
Yes.
So obviously you were born in America,
Yep.
so American through and through.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your track. What does Richard do?
Robbie.
I mean Robert.
That's the other one.
Yeah, the other one.
This-
That's
yes.
right. Yeah. Sorry to confuse you with your older brother.
No worries.
Robert.
It's a good compliment.
Well, good. I'm glad you think that way
Aw,
about
that's
your
sweet.
brother. That is sweet.
That means they're close.
My brothers would not say that about me.
Anything else I say to him directly, believe me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your track, my friend. I just had the privilege just a few weeks ago of meeting you for the first time.
Yeah.
And you just seem extraordinary in space and what you're doing. What brought you to the place that you're so excited about business and life?
Well, I appreciate you saying that, first of all. It was very nice to meet you as well. I've worked in food service. I've worked in several other small businesses. I did a little bit of flooring for a while. And through all of it, there's a little bit that you pick up watching businesses grow, watching businesses thrive. And there was an opportunity to get into that for myself. And it's as if the stars aligned just to make something happen just right. There was a time where another British store in town recently closed, and that was the Chippy, and that is associated with one of the owners of the British store. And he had all the shelving, and he had the product, and he had the know-how of how, you know, British goods sell in town. And it was just that right moment where I was looking for the next big thing to happen. And I'd gone for, I'd say 10 or 15 years of just watching to realizing, okay, this is right. So the enthusiasm really comes from a moment of seeing that moment was there. It's a passive thing that over time you kind of grow. And it's that old saying, what is it? Luck is when opportunity meets ability. It's close to that, but it's not quite.
That's not the, yeah.
And I was, one could say, very lucky at that moment after years of kind of actively waiting for it. It was right there.
It's
and now
really when opportunity meets preparation.
That's the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it seems as though you're stepping into that place. All of these other experiences have prepared you for it.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. And that I see any success story that I've seen, anything that's had any sort of staying power, it's somebody who they're not so much trained specifically for that moment, but when it's there, they're ready. And I've tried to set myself up for that. And I'm so excited the store is up and running because it really has come along to something nice.
It's so fantastic.
And well done.
Thank you.
It's fabulous.
It
Yeah.
is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I wish
Cool.
one day as we do a show, what would be so awesome if that we could blink a picture of some of these things online to
Yes.
our audience as we're talking about
Well,
it.
make note of that, Joshua.
Because it would be so.
That would be fabulous.
It would be so
Yeah, 'cause
awesome.
we just did the spotlight visit.
Yeah,
We
and
have
I've
lots of
posted
pictures.
those. You can check it out after the show. We'll link them in the comments. You can just go to my profile. You'll see them.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Just talk to a young person. They got you.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Indeed. So Trudy, you and I really had a chance to get to know each other. What are we, 5 years or something like that?
It
since our
seems
first-
like that long, but it really is.
It really wasn't that
It's
long?
only been like 3, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but
so-
Anne introduced us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we were doing the Silver Key event,
Yes.
and then we did our own 2
Yeah.
years in a row,
Yeah.
and that came to a conclusion. And 2 days after that, Robbie approached me and goes, "Mom, Steve wants to know, do you want to open a British store?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yes,
and that was it. That's how we came to build the store.
That's incredible.
And we got down down to the floor. We put in the floor, Robbie and I, for the most part. Then I went away for a vacation because I had that already scheduled. Who knew? And then the shelves came in, and then the product, we brought that over, and then a big pallet came in and all the good stuff. We just got another one. We've got the crunchies and the flakes and all the goodies that over the summer, some of these companies don't want to ship some of those chocolates because they don't want them to melt.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Now it's here.
yeah, and now we're in. It's amazing. It really is. I'm going to go home to England in January, so who knows, I might be sourcing some other goodies as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
All things tea, please.
Yes, but we've got, okay, so I wrote myself
To
a little...
include cute little tea. What are
Oh,
those
yeah,
called?
those, yeah.
Those, I'm sure England has
The little
adorable.
one where you put the
the
tea leaves in and
infusers.
you don't cook.
Yes,
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 that's-
yes.
Oh,
yes.
so
Well,
adorable.
we've got...
And the little thing for spoon holders. Those are cute too.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
All things tea.
We've
All
got,
things.
Yeah.
we've got all kinds of... Well, you saw...
They convert me.
Thank you so much for coming doing the spotlight. You saw though that
Yes.
we've got more than just groceries. We do have the tweeds and we have the t-shirts
And the jams.
and the jams.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
they looked fabulous.
And curries if you want traditional flavor. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so
Do you call them
pleased.
sodas or the drinks?
The drinks?
Soda. Yeah, I don't
Do you
think
call them
I
soda?
don't think we call them any different. No, it's still
No,
soda, but
that's an American thing. Is calling them pop.
Okay, so
but
soda is
Soda, yeah.
okay.
yeah, but it is really really good to taste like dandelion and burdock. I hadn't had that in years.
I have one.
You did?
I bought one, yeah, and took it home.
Yeah.
Oh my, it was so good.
Well, this one fella came in a couple of Saturdays ago. He came and he bought one can and he left. He was quite happy.
Mm-hmm.
He leaves and then he came back half an hour later and he goes, I live up in Divide in the woods. Do you have a case? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
A lot of the things we sell don't have a direct analog, and it's amazing. You find something entirely new you've never had before.
Right.
Great for gifts, because if you want to give something they're not going to get from anybody else, where else going to find it?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
Christmas wall is like an explosion of Christmas. And
Is Christmas celebrated more in Britain than it is here?
no,
Or more heavily?
It's,
or
it's the same. I
about
think.
the same?
Yeah.
The traditions of it, of coming together, and the gifting traditions particularly. Here, it's a very open kind of thing. But there's the advent calendar. There's certain chocolates. There's
Christmas crackers.
Exactly. Well, Christmas crackers are a little thing. You pull them. There's a name for them here, but they're more like a little
It's a
confetti
popper?
shoot. A popper, I think. Yeah. And with the Christmas crackers, you pop them open. They have a little joke, a little bit of candy, and
A silly hat.
a silly hat, a little silly paper hat.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's celebrated more strongly, but there's definitely more of a tradition for how it's celebrated.
Well, definitely in England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, and let's say Australia and Canada, all of them, everybody lives under the Queen. Now the King's rule. We all had crackers for Christmas, and it sounds really, really funny. But
Yeah.
Now we have them in the store, little tiny ones, and I'll bring you some so you can try them out. We didn't celebrate Thanksgiving in England, but we do want to thank all of our regulars already. We will be closed on Thanksgiving, but we hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. I think that'll be amazing.
If you need gravy for the turkey, Bisto works incredibly.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Bisto gravy, that's a one that everybody comes in for.
Really?
The Paxo, which is the British stuffing.
Yep.
Rach wiped us out on that one, but
But every
every box.
yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was wondering, as you bringing this British flair into the city,
Mhm.
how did you know that there was space? How did you know that people would receive a British store, a British pub,
So
those type
There's
things?
a
How do you know?
lot.
How did
There's
you
a
did you
lot.
do some? Did you do some surveying?
you can call it canvassing. I spent a year as a waiter in a pub.
Okay.
And that is the Great British Food Company, which just rebranded itself to the Brit. And I have to credit Steve with a lot of not just the research, but the idea for all of it. Because this came out of a separate idea to have a little tag-along store in what was called the Chippy. Chippy is just a generalized term for a fish and chips store. We can get a little bit of everything.
Traditionally, it was really good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that was over on Academy in Austin Bluffs. And there was a little side store attached to it where you could get some of the things that we have in the store now. And then that moved into the back of the pub. And you could get a few of the things we have now. But over that year of hands-on experience of people saying, hey, where can I get blank? Do you have blank? Are you out of blank? And seeing everything go off the shelves. This is kind of almost the fourth step of a project of bringing goods to the British here.
Oh.
There's a lot of British because it's a military town, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's a lot of British.
That's how my wife's mom, her dad met her mom. He was serving in the Air Force
Yep.
over in England and brought her back. She hated it. I never had a chance to meet her because she died when Michelle was 11.
She hated America.
Yeah, she didn't like, she never did acclimate to America. If we think depression, all of those things that followed that. She was dedicated to her husband and her kids, obviously, but she never did acclimate to America.
It's hard to miss home.
It's hard, yeah, because I moved to France as a teenager, and I remember the first 2 weeks, I would not leave my sister's apartment in France. I was like stuck inside internally. I was just 13, about to be 14, and I remember staring out her window and just being almost paralyzed and not wanting to go anywhere. So I can totally relate to that, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, that must have been tough.
It was very tough. It was, and it just really, that's how that generational stuff, which is one of the reasons that we're glad you guys are doing what you're doing, because it really creates space for people that are here and maybe get a little lonely, a little homesick,
taste of home.
all of those things,
Yeah.
And they can share it with people who've never experienced it.
And
Indeed.
it's such a big deal. Like I remember being in France and I had someone from America ship me Welch's grape jelly.
Yeah.
And it was like the best thing ever. And red vines.
Yeah.
Like the licorice. Oh, it was the best.
Yeah.
That was just
Those little things.
it matters.
Scent and taste are some of the strongest senses linked with memory. And it's amazing when somebody gives you a cookie that tastes like grandma's, how you're sent back.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So we offer that, and it's nice to have something, maybe you haven't seen it in 20, 30 years, but it's just the same as you remember it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just got the crunchies and the flakes and the curly whirlies back in, and so I posted something about the crunchies and flakes.
What is that? Cereal? or?
It's
Candy bars.
It's-
Oh, candy.
Yeah,
Okay.
just pure chocolate, really. and it just tastes different. It does taste different. So we used to get the ice cream truck come around just like here, and then you'd hear them. Oh, and you go running as a kid, right?
Yeah.
And they'd have a nice soft ice cream cone, and then they'd stick a flake in it, and that was called a 99. Or you get a double 99, then you get 2 flakes. But those bring back good memories of.
You know, you can
days.
just see it on your face.
Yeah, look at
as
your
you're
face
talking
light
about
up.
it, right? Yeah.
Well, even savory stuff like oxo cubes. Okay, it's
like chicken.
what's
It's like
that?
chicken bouillon,
It's
but
a bouillon, yeah, but
it's a whole different taste.
we used to put them in the mug with hot water, and that would be soup for lunch. And I had one recently, and it was yummy. Yeah.
So obviously you weren't in England, so you couldn't cook for these guys.
Oh, I cooked
She
British
cooked-
for them.
oh,
Trust
you
me.
did.
shepherd's pie
I
is phenomenal.
did. I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of a kind. I mean,
Yeah.
What kind of pie?
shepherd's.
Shepherd's
Oh,
pie.
yeah.
But we
Michelle
we
does
did it with
that.
beef, not with lamb, and it was never
It's
called
beef.
it was never called a cottage. What did they
There's
call it?
there's different
Anyway.
etymology for all of it.
Yeah, but
What veggies do you put in yours?
well, I can put peas, but sometimes I don't put anything. I just put the gravy, Bisto gravy,
Oh.
and
do
and
some
have
cheese
the
on
peas
top
on
now,
the
yeah.
side. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, like yeah.
So I'm gonna try the sourdough pie crust.
Ooh.
So if I master this pie crust, if I bring it to you,
Yeah.
then can you make me a shepherd's pie in my pie crust so I can eat it? Because I'm
Well,
gluten.
it doesn't actually have a pie crust in it. You just
Oh,
put
you
the
don't
meat-
do the pie crust?
No, I just put the meat in the bottom.
Oh, I used to do it with pie crust.
I put the
I've
meat
never
in the
heard of shepherd
bottom.
pie without crust.
I'll make you one,
It's
both
the
of you, and I'll
English
bring
way.
Mhm.
it. I'll bring it. I'll make it.
And
There's
I-
different pies, but shepherd's I've seen
Excuse me.
more often than not. It's just the meat, it's the potatoes, and it's got some veggies in there. But I don't know. Crust is a
Crust is more
It's
like
actually really good, you
that.
guys.
That
Oh, I love
at the
it,
Brit right now.
steak and ale
they
that
have
they
a
make
steak
there.
and ale pie. You know how we all went the other day
Yes.
after the spotlight. You treat them to lunch after.
Yes.
It was awesome. And we all ended up having the same thing, and I thought that was funny. But the
steak and ale.
steak and ale pie is
Made in the house,
delicious.
that-
So
yeah.
we should go back and do a repeat.
Okay.
And
But
just-
I couldn't have it, they said. 'cause
Oh,
the-
the
glue-
pastry.
yeah,
no,
but you make
can
it
put
for
gravy,
me.
I
No, I
think.
want you to cook
Yeah.
for me.
Oh,
I'll come to your
cook
house.
for
Or you can come to my house.
Okay.
I'll give you my whole kitchen.
Oh my gosh, she has a great
Fantastic.
kitchen.
Bring me along. Bring me along.
Yeah, we'll put you on a cook for us tour.
Yes, yes.
Oh, we can do that all over the world. Let's just do
Great
it. Yeah.
show.
We'll be
Wouldn't that
the Frank and Lisa cooking tour.
Yes.
With, with
Well,
Robert and
fun.
Trudy in
I'm
tow.
such a foodie. Yes.
I'm a foodie. I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
Are you a foodie?
Obviously.
Are you a foodie?
Oh, yeah.
We're all foodies. aren't we?
I'm not really a foodie because I eat anything.
That means you're a
disqualifies
foodie.
me.
Now we just need a sommelier to come with
Oh,
us.
Andy's a sommelier, or was. Yeah.
Who's
Now he's
Andy?
moved to Texas. So.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
helpful.
no, I know.
I,
We could
I
go
do
to
know
Texas.
somebody who is actually one of those. They have a rating or something.
Local?
Yeah,
Oh.
at the Brit. Yeah. But
Nice.
anyways,
Really?
yeah.
Is he a bartender?
Yes, he is.
What's his name?
Ryan.
Ron?
Ryan.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's there, he'll walk you. There's a little wine community. We had a wine tasting group actually at the Brit, and we had wine matched to food for each course.
Yes,
I think we went
that's
through
what I'm
four courses and a muse bouche. You were there at the Brit. It was a little back room where the whole place.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
Back there. Yeah, we saw
yeah.
it. Yes.
Blew
You're
it.
funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was an easy 40, 50 people that were there for that, and that was 4 courses, wine, food, and a little treat in the middle. So that was nice.
Wow.
Wow, that is so cool. It really is.
I have a question for you guys.
Please.
Because you guys are like joint owners here, minus Steve because he's not in the room. But what is your biggest pain point today now that you've just opened your doors that you're trying to overcome? Besides the signage, that's on the way. You said that.
Yeah.
Partially it's marketing. And that I don't think is unusual for any sort of business. We're open, a month and 20 days as of today? Month and 21 days.
Yeah.
But I'd say marketing's part of it, and anticipating customer needs. Because there's certain things that sell amazingly off the shelves before you even notice it. And there's some things that go a lot slower. And I think because it's such a new business, over time you can actually, plot trends, but it's so recently opened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say we already have repeat customers though.
Yeah.
And we've not really done much marketing at all.
Well,
Really, and honestly, people are coming in, so it's really, really good. And then you guys have done your spotlight too, so now there are people coming from that as well.
Oh, good.
Did you hear that? Can I repeat that for our audience right quick? Spotlight business are really helpful in generating revenue and opportunities for your business. So reach out to Lisa now about doing that.
Go to beencouraged.net to get scheduled for the
Yes.
spotlight.
Yes.
The first couple of weeks figuring out our schedule, what gives us the best opportunity for our customers, and work-life balance for the workers, So we figured that out, I think.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
Yeah.
be fun going into the new year.
Yeah, but he was so on point with his trend analysis, right?
Yeah.
So just really analyzing what trends and what the stock, what not the stock. It typically takes a year, 18 months to really have a great trend analysis of a business to figure out what are the trends, what does run off the shelves and what lingers. So I'm glad that you have your eye on that, because that is so important in figuring out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that firsthand. I know that's a problem with a lot of businesses, but I think in this one particularly, it's a little harder because you have to remember, nothing comes from America. It's all import.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to not only plot that a little bit in advance, but enough in advance to have all of that shipping coordinate.
Where do you source?
We have one source that comes directly from England. We have one in New York, and we have one in LA. And it's kind of inverse to how much we would like to buy from them and how quickly they'd arrive, and how much they can actually stock and sell. So, I don't know how proprietary these are. I don't want to say anything about Steve being here.
Yeah.
But we're building a relationship with them so that we're able to understand what they have, they understand what we need, and we're getting used to all the intricacies of international shipping. So
So British stores in the place, right, young lady? And it is really just becoming a part of our community. I want you to take off any blinders or any thing that will hold you back from dreaming about the British store with me right now.
all right.
And what would be the dream come true for the British store?
Well, we would like to build Colorado Springs to the point where we're like, okay, now it's time to go to Denver. So, like yourselves, we would like to. They're also venturing into Denver and internationally. So, we would like to go to Denver too.
Denver already comes to us. We have people from Denver, from Pueblo,
Grand Junction.
every corner of the country.
Isn't that really cool?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's out. So I will say this though. I mean, Trudy, you're incredible out in networking, and you're a member at BetNet, and which is perfect because you mentioned it's the military community that have lived in England that miss those treats.
And Germany, because we've got some German chocolate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys have a really good
Friends.
plan.
Yeah.
So well done for you for networking.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And the Army really connects with Germany really
Yes.
tightly.
Yes.
Air Force more with England.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's what we're seeing.
Yeah, we're seeing
exactly.
that a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to meet all of these people that are coming in with great accents, and sometimes I can't even understand the
Really, because different regions.
But
different
the
accents,
dialect.
right?
There were three fellas that came in, and they came in and they were chatting to us, and I swear they slowed it down for us a little. But then when they were talking to themselves, it was. Did you get that? And I'm like, nope. But it was so fun. So
we have the same problem in America.
Yeah.
I go back where I live. I can't even understand my family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I've been away so long, and the Southern dialect feels foreign to me.
You got to tune into it, right?
I do.
You guys, they gotta slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of times I'm just shit nodding and grinning.
Yeah. I remember when I. Did you just say that? You did.
Yeah, he did.
He went, oh, wait, stop. I remember when I first met Papa.
Yeah.
He was like, slow it down, because I used to speak much quicker.
Oh.
So when I'm at home in England, they say I sound very American. When I'm here, I've still got some of the British accent, but I've been here over 40 years, so it's obviously rounded off. But when I'm home, here is home. When I'm here, there is home.
Yes.
And when you were in France, I'm sure you probably felt the same thing. And, and you were away too. We all, same thing.
Yeah, you adapt.
Yeah,
Yes.
you adapt.
Yeah.
You do.
And I was a military spouse too, and out in Alabama for a couple tours.
Yeah.
And I can turn on the South, like Southern
Can you
come
really?
on. But unless if I'm sitting with someone who's speaking
sure.
that way, I will
Frank's
totally go
looking at you
there.
now.
Pretend you're sitting.
No,
with
I
someone
can't.
like
No,
You gotta do it.
no, I'm doing it live.
Who wants to hear Lisa Sennett do Southern?
I know.
Yeah, everybody's hands up in the air.
Now I'm all red and I can't even think of the accent. I can do French real quick.
You have to start.
Yeah, you start.
You
Aren't
start.
you
You
from
put the
the South?
Southern on.
If I hear it, then I'll be like.
Oh, really? I can start. You can.
That's why
you
I'm
can
always
enter
like,
in.
come on, y'all. Yeah, like, I can get into it.
Yeah. So, Lisa, what do you think about our show here today?
Cheers.
That's the waffle show we have here.
That
It's
is not
fantastic.
Southern sounding.
That wasn't Southern
No,
sounding?
it's- Well, I guess it did. Yeah, a little country.
Yeah.
Country
Isn't that what
South.
Southern is?
Yeah. No, I'm
So
talking
bring
about
it
like.
back. You got to answer now.
I
I did
can't
my
answer that
part.
way. I can't. Okay. We'll do another show. I'm going to get on Southern Bells. Where are my Southern Bells in Colorado?
We can do this. We can
Because
pull
if I'm
it
like
off.
hearing it, I'm like, yeah. And then I'm hearing mine.
But you just
your accent
Very
is
little.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I
catchy.
said wasn't that.
That wasn't that catchy.
It's hard to turn it on.
Yeah, it
unless
is
you got
hard.
someone to kind of start.
That's what I'm
right?
saying. Yeah, like if they're talking and I'm absorbing it, I'm like,
But
oh
at least
my
I
gosh.
tried to start for her.
You
didn't
did.
I?
Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, there was an attempt.
Yeah,
That
she
was-
didn't bring anything.
I got nothing.
She got nothing. Nothing, honey.
But okay, can you both do a British accent? Pretend?
I tried the other day,
Yeah.
and he made fun of me.
I did because it did not sound British at all.
That is the enunciation. That's good. That's fantastic.
At capital T,
Oh, yeah.
capital A.
We're all going to London together.
I would
You
love
want to
that.
go international? Let's
Yes.
go.
There you go.
Yes,
Wouldn't that be fun? Christopher, you need to come with us with the camera. Oh my gosh, that would be a
I think,
blast.
well, one guy just asked me, well, I mentioned Christopher Roberts, right?
Yes.
And they said poo.
Mhm.
You said that.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
Christopher
Winnie the Pooh,
Roberts.
that's what
Winnie
you
the
think
Pooh.
of. Wasn't Milne, the author from England?
Which one?
The author Winnie the Pooh.
I'm pretty sure.
A.J.
Yeah.
Milne. Yes, yeah. Right?
We need a poo. He's so cute.
I know Paddington definitely is. He's a
Paddington's
national
cute
icon.
Oh, I love
yes,
Paddington.
yeah. Especially since
And
he had
Madeline.
with the tea, with the
Yes.
Queen when she was still with us. Oh.
That's part of it. There's a lot of recognizable aspects of British culture
Yeah.
that have made their way over.
To
Oh,
America.
That's why we're so fascinated. You see the
Yes.
voiceovers for American commercials?
Oh yeah.
They're done by Brits all the time.
Exactly.
All the
We
time.
are still fascinated by our home because our origins
Yeah.
are Britain.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's the fascinating. It doesn't just go back to that. It doesn't just branch off. There's that interconnected, throughout the several hundred years since then.
Yeah.
we're still trading, trading jokes, trading humor, trading
Absolutely.
shows, and hey, trading food.
Yes, and
Yeah.
one of our closest allies.
Yeah.
Still, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so we just love having Brits in the studio, don't we, Lisa?
Brits
Yes.
in the house.
So, Robbie, I understand that you are a comedian.
I am.
Tell
Yeah.
us about that.
So-
how did that come about? Did you, like, as a kid, were you funny?
Well,
Yes.
Were
in
you
many ways.
awkwardly funny?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you were.
Awkward and funny, both. Awkwardly funny as well. But no, I always liked humor, and I had friends who would do music shows. Just little local things around town of all sorts. They did a little bit of classic rock, a little bit of electronic, and there were times when they needed a little 5-minute act in between other people setting up. So I got into that from there, and there were open mics around town. And you were at one of the first ones. There was a few little bars that were opening up. One of them was the Burleby, and they had an open mic night, and I started going. And this is a lot like anything else. My first few shows were rather rough, but there's a certain rhythm that you get into once you recognize the audience as a part of the show. You can feel what's hitting and what's not. I started to really like that, and several months to a year later, it was natural. I mean, it wasn't without effort throughout all that time up to it. But then one day I found myself just able to walk up, and it was comfortable. It was home.
Nice.
Yeah, but that,
Didn't you do a walk up that wasn't quite a walk up, and they thought it was part of your?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was invited one time from an open mic to an actual kind of professional show they were doing. They selected 10 people.
Was that at 3 E's?
No, that was at the Burleby still, which was, I believe, the second best rated club in town, which was nice. But they introduced me as Robbie Burton, the new guy, and I'm still new to it. The people who I was up with were there. I mean, they were there. They had been doing this for a while. But as they called me up as the new guy, the last step had a bit of a lip on it, and I caught that and kind of clambered onto stage. It was fantastic, and I got up and I got to the mic and I pulled myself up and launched into my bit and did my 10 minutes very nicely, very concisely, a little bit quick at the beginning because of nerves.
Yes.
But they thought that was intentional. Here's the new guy, and then just a slap onto the stage like that. Nothing comes across as realistic as when it actually happens.
Oh,
I
yeah.
say.
You can't repeat
And,
that.
yeah.
You guys ever had those moments?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah, every Monday.
I introduced myself as Frank this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's true love.
I was contemplating coming in as Robbie.
Yeah.
And you could be
Absolutely.
Trudy. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Good name.
Just make me
Yeah.
feel more
Thank
comfortable
you.
about all that. Yeah. Yeah.
Name swap day.
We are like brother and sister.
We are, yes. So
Yes, Frank.
give us a couple.
Jokes.
Clean
Couple
ones.
jokes. Clean.
The overlap.
This is over the
Make
air
sure
live.
they're clean.
No cursing.
I'm not drawing a blank, but I'm not drawing.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you see what I posted about the advent calendars?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Adam calendar is not familiar. There is chocolate behind each panel of a calendar, and according to that calendar, something must be wrong because it's December 15th already. We're on a bad schedule.
Christmas is only 3 days away.
Yeah, exactly. But
I didn't get that.
I didn't
Is
either.
that the joke?
I've been skipping days. I've gone ahead. I've eaten the chocolate.
All right. December, the whole month of December, you take a piece of chocolate for each
Yes.
day. But according to my advent calendar, Christmas is only 3 days away because you've already eaten all of those days. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I get
there
it.
was this amazing little kid. Oh my gosh, he had ginger hair, red hair, and honestly, you want to take.
There's a
him to
reason
the-
I started the story. It's not comedy.
Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, he had 3 before he even left the store, and then Dad had 1. So forget December. It's all good. So, yeah. What's your other comedy lines? Isn't it funny when you're on the
We're gonna let you out, okay?
Yeah,
That was kind of throwing you right.
I like that. That was no.
That's like telling me to talk Southern all of a sudden. Like
when you're on the spot, when you're on the
Yeah,
spot
when you're on
like
the
that,
spot,
it's like,
it's
oh,
like,
I can't
okay.
remember anything. Oh, it's okay.
They're very different. There was one time when there was there was a certain bar that I worked at. I don't work at anymore. It was not the Brit, but somebody says a little fruit fly in their wine. I said, "Oh, that's added protein. We usually charge extra for that." And thankfully, they laughed. Thankfully, being a waiter, and
that could have went very bad.
That could have.
I hope you give him free dessert.
Another little pour, another half pour, yeah,
nice.
without the fly.
Without the fly.
Exactly, it was on the side. But being a waiter, that was one of the main things that led me into comedy, was because you're always kind of interacting, and everyone has their own style, and that's something I'm learning as well with opening a store. Is it's much slower than food service.
Mm-hmm.
You get the goods in, somebody takes a look around the store. When you greet somebody, you're not saying, "Oh, hi, how are you? Do you want a seat? Do you want a glass of water? What can I get for you?" You say, "Hi, welcome in, have a look around." And that passivity is something new to me.
Tough, right? That's a
Yeah.
transition.
Well, why
Yeah.
don't you change that? Why do you have to acclimate to what is today? This is a taste of England.
It's
Give them that warm English hospitality.
so that the funny enough, the English hospitality when you go to a restaurant is a lot more passive as well. And I think the entire field of whenever you're in a store, whenever you're selling something, retail at large, you don't want to try and rush anybody.
Yeah,
And
you want to be a vulture.
exactly, that kindness can seem a little. So I interact with people. I'm welcoming, but you don't want to you don't want to
Right.
circle
Yes.
around.
Yeah.
We have great conversations, though. At least I do with
Mhm.
a lot of the customers so
Yeah.
far, and they're loving it. So I'm really appreciative of our customer base already.
I think there's a curiosity, there's a natural curiosity that comes with something new,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
this is something new,
Yeah.
so you have to kind of navigate that. And once again, it's almost like analyzing what works best, what doesn't over
Yeah.
time, right? So so you're
Yeah.
getting into that, and you guys are the perfect folk in our city to do
I
this
love it.
work.
Oh,
You
thank
really
you,
are.
and we really appreciate you guys. so-
Yeah, you keep trying to throw that back, don't
Yeah,
you?
I
know
do, because
you
I
love me.
do.
I love you
do.
back.
And we met at VetNet, really.
We did, yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Okay, we met through the other, but VetNet
Yeah.
has been our stronghold, and
That's
that's
right.
a great thing that
It is.
Lisa's president.
We're changing locations December 3rd.
December
Is it
3rd.
December 3rd? Whatever the first
Fifth,
Tuesday.
Monday.
December 5th.
5th.
Yeah,
Exponential impact.
Exponential impact,
VetNet
here we
will be
come.
there,
on
yeah.
Nevada.
Yeah.
So excited
Yeah.
about that.
So we'll
Okay, so here's what you're tasked with before we wrap up, okay?
All right.
should I be taking notes in my phone?
No,
Okay.
please don't.
It's a test.
What could you say from a British standpoint, even, that you could use to encourage? This show is about encouragement and hope, right? We're hope infusers and
Encouragement producers.
that's what we are. So what could you tell our community that's encouraging?
You want to go first?
Unless you're ready. I got you. Wherever you're from, whatever life you've led, and your standpoint and your viewpoint, and the culture that you've seen and brought with you, that has something to offer to everyone around you. And if you can use that chance you have, and that knowledge that you have, and that experience you have, there's nothing else like that in the world, and that'll be recognized and that'll be appreciated by those around you.
Great.
Well said, Robbie.
Cheers.
Now
Mic
follow that.
drop. I mean, this is your son.
I know. He's
Everything I learned.
He's eloquent,
Oh.
and he's so smart. I just want to say that if you have a dream, go follow it. Go for it. This town actually supports people who have a goal, and if you can put together your business plan and your wish list and wants, go for it. Look for support. This town has it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Isn't that true? That's so encouraging, Trudy. Thank you for saying that, because it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It's so true. We have it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to ask, so how can people reach you?
Oh,
I didn't forget. I was
You
just
didn't forget?
transitioning.
Oh, were you transitioning?
I
Oh,
was.
sorry. I was
You did
thinking.
it- You did it better than me anyway.
All right.
Beautiful,
thank you.
beautiful, both of you.
we have our storefront, we have our email address. You can look us up on Google or Facebook.
Okay.
We are the British Store, and if you go online, it's actually the British.store, and you can see our, all of our Christmas goodies on there. Or you can stop by 2383 North Academy, hop on in. One of us will be there.
It's where the mattress place used to be, you guys. It took me a minute to find it the other day.
Yes.
But they're getting their signage soon.
Soon, yeah.
That's soon.
And don't trip out about the mattress. They're not selling British mattresses.
They are not selling British mattresses.
But if we were, they'd be really cushy and nice and soft and perfect for you.
Just thought you'd throw that in for
Yeah,
free.
just thought I'd throw that in for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How about giving some contact for the Brit pub?
Oh, the
as
Brit is
well?
on Corporate Drive. If you go along the highway, the north and south, and there's a large British flag sign in the lights, and there's an outlook of the Queen on there. It's right off the main highway. It's right north of
You get off
University
of
Village.
Rock Rimmon, and it's on Corporate Drive.
Yeah.
And they have trivia night on Wednesday. Like Marty would be telling you this. Trivia night on Wednesday. Friday night is music with Nick.
Either Nick Davey, Irish Scotty, or Craig.
Yeah. And their bar is amazing.
And they will clear the floor if you want to dance. I've been told
Yes,
this.
they will.
Yes.
Yes, for
So we're going to go dance with Lisa sometime. Lisa and her husband are amazing on the floor in her bar. Yeah.
They rock it. They are. You know, you have something else?
Well, there's the fish and chips between 11 to
that's
3
right.
during the week. They have a special on it. It's $10.99 instead of $12.99.
Fish and chips.
There you go.
Yes, $10.99.
Brit
Batter in
Smith.
house, chips cut in house, unlike anything else you had.
Traditional to home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve even brought in the fryers from England, so they're really, really good fish and chips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for being on our show today.
Thanks for having us.
You filled in admirably. We didn't need no stinking 4 people.
No.
So, just rock this, right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Listen, guys, you want to reach more people with your business here in Colorado Springs. We reach up to 40,000 people a week on our show and growing. Help us grow the message of encouragement and hope as we continue to push it out to community. Visit our website at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor or request an on-site visit from this beautiful young lady, and she brings me. Now, how cool is that, right? And get your business name out there to our growing and exploding audience. Anything else, Liz?
No, that's it. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
We will be. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
So we're very excited to announce that the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa is now reaching over 30,000 listeners each week and growing.
And growing.
Why
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Crescio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
2.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa.
Lisa?
Frank. I accidentally introduced myself earlier as Frank and because he always does that, so I like duplicated it. Yeah, without thinking.
In reverse.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're super excited. We have some amazing guests today.
Yes.
Frank, do you want to introduce our guests?
I would love to introduce these beautiful humans. You guys are awesome.
Yes.
You got a smile that just won't stop,
Yeah, that's
girlfriend.
right.
I love that.
And you two are so tan. Like, did you guys just come back from vacation or what?
I wish.
Yeah, almost up to me.
10-year Highland Academy.
Oh,
That was a free promotion.
Yes.
Right? So, tan your eye. Or any other part of your body you want to tan. So, right. We are so glad to have you guys. Kathi Philpot is here in the house with us, a Monument resident since 2018, is a second-generation realtor from Arizona, which explains her tan.
Yes.
Right. She has brought it from the state, right?
Yes.
So, actively engaged in community activities. We're going to dig down and find out more about that. My dear, beautiful friend, Misty Stuart from California is here. She is the VP and Operations Manager at Fortitude Mortgage, specializing as a senior loan officer. That mean you loan to old folk like me?
Yes, but then that just means I'm also getting up there in the years.
Senior. Comparatively speaking, you're not, but nice try.
Yeah.
Anyway, the very accomplished Tiffany Schaefer is here with us as well. Tiffany founded North End Notary during COVID, offering nationwide signing services now. A former executive and mom. You were a former mom?
Apparently. Former corporate executive. Trying to stay at home
And
mom.
former present mom. And Tiffany won the Best of the Springs in her category in 2023 this year. Congratulations. I remember that. You were one of the best marketers I've ever met.
Yeah.
Girl, she
Hey,
can rock it.
tuition had to pay off something. That's right.
20 years later, that
Pretty
college
much,
actually
yeah.
worked, right? So
Get dust off the dust.
Yeah.
The layers.
And someone I've never met before
I know, this
is
is fun.
here
Yes.
as
I just
well.
friended him on
Yeah.
Yep.
Who invited you, Tyler?
Tiffany, Kathi, and Misty.
Oh,
They all did.
Yep, they all did.
Okay, you're
That
the
makes me
right-hand
suspicious.
man.
Yep.
Yeah.
It should. Yeah, it should. It
What's
definitely
your
should.
secret potion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
right?
gotta keep it a secret.
He's a
yeah.
man, he's a man, he's one hell of a man. Right.
You gotta introduce him.
Oh,
They know
yes,
what he
sir.
does.
Right. I was over here trying to take notes sometimes. Introduction.
He's got like the Charlie's Angels with him.
Yep.
I know.
Right?
Well, at least I'm the brunette then.
Yeah.
I had to check the color.
They did have a brunette on the show. So, Tyler, is it Ecesian?
That is, yeah.
Did I do it right?
Surprisingly, you got it right. Yeah.
Let's go.
One out of every 100 people get it right the first time.
Yeah.
We had a whole conversation about it.
We
Yep.
did. She wanted me to introduce you because she was scared she was gonna jack your
No,
name.
that's not true. I was gonna do it because he always jacks it up. I wanted to do it the French way.
Okay, but yeah.
Asian.
Okay.
Anyway, Tyler works with Paramount. Man, I saw your bio that you said. That was, you have no deficit of confidence, do you? What a bio.
That's true. He's one of the ones like 2 paragraphs.
I know.
Whittled down to just an intro.
Anyway, Tyler with Paramount Tyler Agency Power Team with a criminal justice degree, blends real estate expertise with a passion for the outdoors. He's engaged. Oh, sorry. Also,
Sorry, ladies, he's off the market.
Congratulations.
I did too. I didn't realize, oh, you're were engaged to a woman?
Yes.
Why did you ask him?
Because he said engaged. We thought it was engaged like in a conversation.
Oh! I thought you thought he was engaged to a dude.
No, don't go
It
there,
does
Frank.
happen.
It does. She
He
identifies
said
as
there's a nice shade of pink going on there.
Today's my day to get really bad.
Well, at least you have her tan now.
Now I'm
Oh my word. Anyway, he's engaged to former college baseball player. Where'd you play?
I played at Phoenix Junior College in Arizona.
In Arizona.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you know him?
Yeah, no, we did not.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah, just checking.
If she did, she may not want to say. Right. Let's keep that on the down. Right. Careful what you ask online.
And fiance, if he knew her, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
All right, so.
So, who's the fiance?
Sadie.
Is she
Her
from
name's
here?
Sadie?
Yes, yeah, she is born and raised in Colorado.
And that's the reason you were here.
What's that?
Did Sadie bring you here?
Uh,
From Arizona?
No, she did not. No.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm from Colorado. I was born in California, moved out to Colorado at a young age, and then had an opportunity to go play in Arizona. Moved out there and then moved back. Got my degree at UCCS.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
old are you?
I'm 24. I turned
Okay.
25 now.
And how about Sadie?
She's 22 and will turn 23.
I'm wondering, I'm just calculating because my daughter, who's 23, has a friend named Sadie. So
Oh.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Okay, yeah, my Sadie's last name is Mondred.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that Hispanic last name?
Yeah, so she was adopted.
Adopted.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, okay. You go with your bad self.
Yes, sir.
Working. I think we can convert some more.
Yeah.
That's fine. I was here for the coffee. Your coffee's great.
That's right. Since we got your props in the house, right?
Yeah,
that's right. We just came
Yeah.
Just to support
We're here to
them.
make Tyler look good.
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Well, Misty, I reached out to you initially
Yes.
to come here, so we're considering you our podcast host today,
Alright,
or
thank
podcast
you.
host,
Yeah.
right? So tell us a little bit about Misty Stuart. Who are you?
Well, I'm Misty Stuart. I moved here May of 2020, not knowing a soul, and smack dab in the start of the pandemic. I lived in an Airbnb for 2 months until I found my house, and painfully lived there without knowing anyone. So I started jumping into Facebook and Instagram on how to meet people. I joined a lot of book clubs and Zoom clubs. Women entrepreneur clubs, and then once the gates opened, which was February of last year, I hit the ground running and haven't looked back. I met Kathi and Tiffany at Polka Dot Powerhouse.
Oh, polka dot.
Yeah. And Rotary Club was the first official club that I joined, the Downtown Colorado Springs Club.
The Rotary Club.
The Rotary Club.
Just thought we'd throw that in.
Yeah, and that also has opened up a lot of opportunity for me, which is how I'm so known in the community and meeting like-minded folks like yourself.
Yes.
In the mortgage industry for 20 years and 4 months. I am a mortgage broker. I have been a VP of my company since 2013.
Right on.
Yeah.
So I saw your name all over social media when you were in town. I could tell you were stalking, right?
Yep.
People and using it as a platform.
Yes,
particularly when
sir.
we couldn't get out. So I tried to get a meeting with Misty. It took me 4 times before she met me. Well, what was up with that, Misty? That's how you treat everybody?
Well,
or
you
is
know,
it
She had
just-
lunch with me like that.
You
That's
did.
right.
That was a really good. That's a really good Thai place too. Is it Thai or Chinese?
Chinese.
Chinese.
Yes.
You know, we were just meeting for coffee. Just kidding, Frank. No,
We gotta keep him humble.
I have
Right.
just joined so many. The first year that I was networking, I just went. So I just had to plan my day accordingly, and sometimes Mr. Frank Sinclair didn't fit in that. So my apologies, sir. But yes,
But look at you.
we did end up connecting, and it's been great ever since. He's a great role model to have in our community.
Yes.
If you haven't talked to Frank, hit him up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What a recovery.
Yeah, that was well done.
That was well done.
But yeah, no chest
Right.
racing.
Yeah. Yeah. Same question for you. Because I want to be well done again.
I just cooked him.
Oh, gotcha.
He's trying to come back, and I clap back.
You are well done.
You're talking about my complexion
Yes,
again.
Nice.
Introduce yourself.
Well, hi. Kathy. Yes, my name is Kathi Philpot, local real estate agent. My mom was a realtor. My dad was in property management. So, yeah, among some other jobs. And I just love it. It's who I am. It's very natural. I have a very servant's heart. So customer service is big. Yeah.
That's what you are. Give us a little backstory about Kathi Philpot. Because you didn't just fall out of the womb into the spring.
No,
Showing homes.
no, I didn't. Where were you born? I was born in Chicago, raised in Arizona. My maiden name is Cadu, so Kathi Cadu.
How do you spell that?
Kiddoo.
Really?
Yes.
Because you use that sometimes. Cadu Dad Philpot.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
what a name.
Right.
How did you do in school with that?
That's. Let's just say that I have a great sense of humor and a good personality, thick-skinned. Yeah. Because I was Kathi Kadoodoo, right?
I was Misty.
I was Lisa.
We all
Pizza
had
Quick
something.
Sauce.
Yep.
Isn't it horrible that
What
we
did you
remember
have?
this?
Lisa Pizza Quick Sauce.
Oh.
So dumb.
I don't know. I could turn that positive.
Yeah.
Ours is. I don't know if we could.
What was yours, Frank?
Positive too.
No.
I didn't, because I was Frank, it was Frankenstein.
Oh. Okay.
Or I used to throw rocks, so that guy on Mayberry, or the Ernest T. Bass, they call me Ernest T. Bass.
Okay.
People steal back home, God, that's why I don't go back there very much. Call me Ernest
Oh
T.
my
Bass.
gosh.
I know. It was so humiliating.
You'll have to Google that one.
Tyler, did you have any kids?
Not kids. There was one time in high school where it was a state baseball thing, and they introduced me as Tyler Estrogen. But other than that, I was in the clear. Yeah.
That was just a snafu on not being able to pronounce the name.
Yes.
What's the background of that name?
It's Armenian.
Armenian.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So are your parents one generation removed from Armenia, or?
So my dad's 50% Armenian, and then his dad is 100% Armenian.
100%.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you
Yeah.
ever traveled back to where he's from, or?
I haven't. I would love to.
Yeah.
It's beautiful there. So yeah, it's definitely on a bucket list.
Yes.
Yeah, you're on the power team, dude. You can do whatever you want.
True
Yes,
that.
that's right. You said true that.
Yep.
Without
No
hesitation.
Yeah.
I love it. So
Yeah.
Tiffany, give us a little backstory.
Well, I'm Tiffany Schaefer, and I own North End Notary Services. We're a nationwide signing service. I was a former corporate executive for Ingersoll Rand, and then became a stay-at-home mom. And after that, I founded North End Notary during the pandemic, and I've never looked back. There was no plan B. It was all plan A, all in, no plan B.
Yeah.
And it's just been an uphill ride the whole way.
And Air Force wife.
Oh, Navy
No,
wife.
Navy wife.
Navy wife.
And Marine wife, right?
Yep.
20 years.
20 years.
Awesome.
Well, if you continue counting his post-military life career, we're still in. We're like 30 years deep.
Yeah. But he retired, right?
Yeah, he retired.
Yeah.
How long have you been married?
We'll be 20 years in January.
Yes,
Thank you. Yeah.
Great fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You met him?
Yes.
Yeah.
we put a pickleball court at our house, and so we've had a lot of pickleball parties. So sorry, Frank, that you haven't been invited.
I have and cornhole. They have cornhole.
We feel left out.
Yeah, how sorry are you really?
I
You just, you got a few more steps on the ladder,
Yeah, we know where we rate, don't we?
I know.
Right? Yeah.
Once
so,
you get up there,
yeah.
Today was the launching point for the invite.
Is
There
it
you go.
indoor or outdoor?
It's outdoor.
Oh, okay. So we gotta wait till summer. I'm not doing it in the cold.
Yeah, it's windy.
Yeah, we invited you to our show.
Yeah.
Let me turn this way.
Oh,
next outdoor summer holiday.
Right.
Yes.
Oh my, I've never felt so displaced and discarded. But you know what? Can I use your therapist on this one?
Yes.
Okay.
If you need to. I have a good online therapist.
Yeah, give us a little backstory about you, my friend. Tell us who you are.
Yes, sir. So my name is Tyler Sejan. I'm a sales rep at Paramount Title Agency. This is my second year doing this, and feels like I've been doing it for 24 years. So my dad has actually been in title for 32 years.
Oh my.
Yes, so I look up to him, so I kind of followed in his footsteps. It's funny, he actually also got a major in criminal justice too. So both of us, major criminal justice, don't have anything to do with it. Got into title. But yeah, I mean, I love title, and the reason I got into it was growing up, the relationships with his clients that I saw, a lot of them were like aunts and uncles to me. And so when I have a family one day, that's kind of the environment that I want to create for my family and kids. Because growing up, it was the best thing. So,
Good.
yeah.
I just love that.
Yeah.
Don't you? You can tell he's going to be a great hubby and daddy, and because your dad is.
Yes.
Right, typically what happens, right? Because most of the time when it sucks, you kind of follow suit. At least I did. I know none of you did.
Oh, you're
But I
a
did.
beacon. You're a beacon.
Kathy and I have met his dad. His
Have
dad is,
you?
yeah,
He's
a
a
great
VOMB,
guy.
huh?
Yeah, he's a
So
great
he's
guy.
local here.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
So he's
wonderful.
local.
He's
Yeah.
an OG.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's an OG. Yeah, he is. Yep.
Yeah.
What is
Exactly.
OG?
Original.
Gangster.
Oh.
How do you not know that?
You have teenagers.
I do. Yeah. I wasn't thinking on the gangster level in Colorado Springs.
It's original game.
Are there
There you go.
gangsters in Colorado Springs?
Well, I'm
It's
an
not
OG.
old guy.
Oh, it's okay.
It can be either one.
All right.
But
Yeah,
yes, the
but
meaning
gangster's
behind.
better, though. Right?
Yeah, that means
Yeah,
you're.
just calling me an old guy.
Yeah.
You didn't know I was an OG?
Yeah, he's OG.
No, you're 67.
OG.
Your mindset. It's the
It doesn't. It's
mindset.
not. It doesn't take away from my youthful vibrancy.
Yes.
sir.
It just means that I'm cool.
Yes.
It's a good thing.
Yes.
It ain't bad, right?
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah, I've seen your journey.
Yes.
I've had an
Up close
opportunity.
and personal.
Up close and personal, and all transparency. Worked with Tiffany for a while till she just totally outgrew me because she was just off the chain.
She's like,
Right? And I was going, man, this girl's off the chain.
Yes.
I almost wanted her to turn around and start coaching me, right? So that's how off the chain she is. Did I mention she was off the chain?
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, we
And you look, I mean, because you don't take your foot off the pedal.
Right.
No.
It's really, 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 really cool as I'm watching. It can be a real great example for people in the entrepreneurial
Yes,
space.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what you do and how you do it. What creates that drive, Tiff?
And the passion.
Yeah, you don't need no money. I know your husband.
It's true. I just
No, keep going.
no, keep going. I really have this passion to bring people along with me on the journey when I find somebody of quality and value. And I like bringing them into my sphere and helping people and educating people and just being able to serve people in the time where they need it. gives me a lot of joy, and it puts pep in my step. I have a reason to get up every day. And I mean, there are days I struggle where I don't always want to do the job, but I remember what my end goal is, and that's what reignites my fire whenever it feels a little lower than normal. And it's being that person that can help coordinate things and make things run smooth and bring that positive feeling to whatever you're going through. You may be doing a transaction where this is your first time you're buying a home, or maybe you're selling a home for unforeseen reasons, or you're getting critical documents done because you're life planning. And to be part of those critical moments in people's lives is really humbling, because not everybody gets a front row seat to that.
Wow, well said. Doesn't hurt to have hair like that either, does it?
No.
You should see her when she curls it.
My true identity.
Yes.
I actually wanted to go to school to be a hairdresser. So
did you?
that was my
I have hair. So my grandma, my uncle, my aunt, now my second cousin. They love the whole beauty world. It's huge.
Yes, that's my
It's
guilty
fun.
pleasure at night, is to watch hair videos at night.
It
Paranormal on YouTube.
Paranormal.
What'd you say, Harold?
Paranormal.
I thought you said her on normal. What is a new phrase? One of the things, hearing goes first. I won't tell you about second.
All the comments rolling.
Live podcast.
Yeah, love you, Michelle.
Family.
Yes, he does.
Oh, I get it.
I love that. It's like the gym light. It kind of flickers.
Oh my
and then it's like,
God.
oh, there it is.
Who needs coffee? Right.
Exactly.
I say, who needs coffee when we have Frank? I'm awake.
Well, Kathy, that was like, that timing was beautiful. We couldn't have scripted that better. Were you serious though?
So I got to be encouraging. I gotta say something for Kathy. So Kathy really stands out in this community for her TikToks.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you a TikTok queen?
She's
I do like
a
TikTok.
queen. I mean, how did you learn all that and implement and talk about that journey, because you are an innovator.
Because you're at least
yes.
28, aren't you?
Least.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
just
Not
checking.
old enough to be Tyler's mom, for sure. I was doing the math going, I get very inspired by music, and I have a theater background, and so I just kind of put those two together. I also feel like social media can fall by the wayside, and so I just put it out there, and people, if they don't like it, they can just scroll right by.
Yeah.
But the feedback I get is that makes people laugh and smile, and that's really, I think that,
you do a wonderful job in that space.
Thank you.
And
really
there's
do.
some dance moves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can see that theater.
I was disappointed I didn't see Pamela Pumpkin again this year.
Oh, I mean, yes,
I
yeah.
loved that one.
Well, a lot of it does come from when I'm inspired, when I'm feeling good about myself, I have confidence, and that's when I try to put it out there.
Nice.
So,
Like today.
yeah, like today.
So-
Yeah. I'm feeling it today.
Thank you so much for saying that. Actually, because what she just tapped into, so she only does this when she's feeling on and ready to do that. Because some people think that they'll look at people like you and go, oh my gosh, I can never do that. I don't feel that. So talk about that. How do you tap into that, and when you tap into it and you feel that?
Yeah, so it's really when I do feel inspired, I just go for it. And I have a lot of saved videos and things on my phone that I don't feel confident to put out there because I'm being too self-critical. But I really just try, and like I said, I think that it'll, if people don't like it, you just keep scrolling.
Keep going.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
somebody, I'm very professional, and I know my contracts and I know real estate, but I don't take myself too seriously.
Yes.
So I really just try to make it fun, and
That's what TikTok is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
I have a platform that has 50,000 people on it called the Be Encouraged Community, right? And it's 120 countries, and every state in the union is engaged in it. And that's one of our rules. If you don't like it, keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have that many people in one arena and
Yeah.
expect that everyone's going to like it. Just keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Keep on scrolling.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
I have watched everyone that goes through my feed, just so you know.
And I think there's some power that we can block people, we can unsubscribe. If there's something that's not feeding us, then we have the power not to see it, and we don't have to comment.
It almost surprises me that you mentioned that word self-critical. I don't know why, because I've never met a woman that wasn't, right?
Yes,
Yet I've been around a long time. So what does the self-critical Kathi Philpot do to get out of that space?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. I rewatch my stuff and I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. You're being too critical. Just post it. Yeah. And every time I second guess myself and then I do put it out there, I get a lot of positive feedback. So just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah. Life's too short, and let's just have some fun and buy and sell real estate.
Yeah. Well, there's so many, right? All the realtors and brokers, all that. So when I saw your TikToks, I was just like, wow. I mean, because
that's a separator.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a separator.
I've had friends say, I just want you to dance in my front yard. So, I mean, if that's, I'll take it.
Kiss the sign, like, Pepe Le Pew.
Do that again. I feel a little rhythm going on there, girl. All right? Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's Kathy's lane.
Yeah, and we'd be remiss, Lisa, if we didn't really kind of dig down a little bit and find out what you do. Here's 4 spaces of the real estate arena in here today, right? Which is really, really cool, right? Real estate, we can follow real estate. If you want to know what our economy is doing and what's happening from an economical standpoint, look at real estate. Right, because everything else follows it, right? Everything else does. So we're so excited about having you guys here because it's so important. Tell us exactly what is the title you want to do.
So yes, so I'll kind of tell both angles. So I'm a sales rep, so kind of my job and title is to go out and meet realtors and lenders and try to get them to use us. And the way that I kind of do that is kind of the old school style, because I learned from my dad. And so basically what I'll do is when I first started, I picked out 20 to 25 different offices a day that I would go into, and I would meet a lender, a realtor, get to know them, and see, that's the main thing with me is relationships. Why I got into this business is relationships and how I can give back to them, help them grow their business. It's not, to me, it's not just a keep sending me everything and I'll just give you a high five. Like, I'm the guy who wants to help you and grow with you. So that's kind of my job.
Did you pick that up from your dad?
I did, yes.
Yeah. Well,
yes.
Does he work for Paramount as well?
He does, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he the main guy there?
Yeah, so he actually started Paramount with his business partner 14 years ago. And so they really solely created Paramount with the sole basis of service. So that's kind of what we really pride ourselves on is our service level. And so kind of on that, we have all of our closers. So like say a realtor and lender, they would have like contact information like personal cell phone, emails. So that way after work hours, we know realtors and lenders don't stop. So why should we?
Yeah.
But yeah, so going back to kind of the sales rep part, on weekends, I started doing open houses as a good way to meet realtors. Because when you go to one, there's bound to be at least a realtor at the open house.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
At least one.
At least
one.
You should be.
Yeah, you should be at least. Yeah. So that's kind of my life and my realm of title. And then kind of on the back end, which I did for the first 4 months, all of our closures and everything like that. So basically, title is to make sure and clear any liens and judgments on the property. Title is very important to have. It can help you against lawsuits. It's for meets and bounds. It's kind of the boring side of the transaction, but it is
so important.
Super important to have because it can save you against a lot of different things.
You know what? I get so because I have a son, obviously. I'm unfortunate to look up to me like you do your dad, but it's kind of painful actually. That's what I'm thinking about it. We do have a good relationship. He's very accomplished as well. But you just keep talking about how important your dad was in your development, the man that you are. And it's obvious by your personality that you're in a space to excel. You're in a place that fits.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, I definitely got more lucky than I could have, being able to have a spot at Paramount and be able to kind of take on my own adventure because he has his own separate thing and I don't want a part of it because that's everything that he's done himself. So I've been set up in a good spot to succeed.
Why did you major in criminal justice?
That's so
it's
I know the story.
it's silly. Yeah, in high school, my best friend and I, we watched a show of Rocky Mountain Bounty Hunters, and so we were like, we're going to be bounty hunters. We both got majors in criminal justice, and now he's in a completely different field. And now I'm in a completely different field. But yeah, that's kind of what got me into the.
Where'd you go to high school?
Parker Lutheran. It's a smaller high school down in Parker.
Parker, Colorado?
Yeah.
My daughter was living there. She just moved, but she was living there.
Yeah, Parker's a great area.
It is a great area. It is. Yeah, so that's his piece.
And what areas do you service?
So we service all over the state. So we have 8 to 10 notaries. Tiffany covers everything south, and then we have other notaries kind of in the northern area. But
where do you live?
So I live in Parker right now.
Oh, you live in Parker?
Yes, but I'm down in the Springs a few times a week now. It used to be one time a week, but now I'm down in the Springs probably half, if not more than half.
And these ladies are your go-to in their specifics?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I need to talk to him about Thrive.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about it.
Remind me.
Yeah.
Who do you want to remind you?
You.
Lord.
I'll remind you too. I'll remind you.
Just get Lisa's contact info.
We're about to be friends on Facebook.
Yep, exactly.
There you go.
To accept my
Another woman in your space.
There you go.
You're the man, Tyler. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Lisa's
a great contact to have in your sphere.
Awesome. I can definitely tell.
Connector are excellent. Absolutely. Yeah, so tell us your space.
So my space in the real estate process is I'm the notary. Every transaction, when you have a buy, sell, refinance, or you're pulling equity out on your home, you always have to have a notary to finalize all those documents. And what I do is I actually partner up with Tyler. We are each other's power partners. And they send me out, I say they, Paramount Title sends me out on their behalf to finalize any of the documents for any of their clients in the real estate sphere. Once in a while, they'll ask me to go out for a power of attorney or something like that. But that's where I come into place for this here. And then I partner with my realtors and my lenders, and we'll do vendor fairs together, or I'll make packets so that they can hand them out with whatever packages they're bringing out. And I boost their visibility using my platform with my podcast. And then anything I see come up, I post it up in my stories. And I always refer to it like this is my team that I work with very frequently. And we can always count on each other and just have each other's back, not just at the table, but in life in general.
And tell us how you expanded your platform nationally. What does that look like for someone in your space?
So when you need a national notary like myself, I actually could not handle the workload that was coming in after I won Best of the Springs. I couldn't be everywhere. So I needed a team. And so I have notaries that I have vetted and trained to go out on my behalf to be at a closing or be at a signing for whatever reason on my behalf. Or if we have a client, unbeknownst to us, maybe take a trip to Florida, and
It does happen.
it does happen. It's happened to
Oh.
me, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're not here. Okay, well, let me get a notary. I have 40,000 notaries that I have access
your
to
network.
in my network that have gone through the same schooling I have the same mentality. And I interview each one before I even bring them into my sphere, so that way I can service
You've
nationwide.
interviewed 40,000 people.
As I need them, yeah, I interview them before I even assign them.
Oh, so you don't interview the whole
No.
spectrum. As you need them.
Yeah, because I can
Okay.
look in and see what their credentials are. I can see what other people that have used them, what their comments are on that individual. And if I see a lot of positive comments, I'll call them up and I'll ask them a few vetting questions and say, okay, I have a job for you. Would you like it?
So Tiffany, talk about that, because some people don't understand with notary that there is an accreditation, because that's your differentiator. In
Yes.
my opinion. That's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of states just require that you go through their state basic program and you become a notary. In Colorado Springs, it costs you under $100 to become a notary. The difference between using someone at like UPS or your bank, which just takes it, just the online course they're supposed to, is when they're an individual like myself, not only do we take those courses, we are so individually insured. And then I specialize in real estate, so I have taken loan courses to understand all my loan documents, and I have taken title courses, so I understand all my title documents too as well. So if the loan officer isn't there yet, or if the realtor's not there, if they have questions, I know exactly where to look in those packages to find those answers. So that means every year I have to retake my state exam for my notary. I have to retake my state exam for my loan signing commission. I have to retake my loan course test every year. And that's 3 tests every year. And then on top of that, I do apostille services for international. So I have to retake that test every year. And I have to carry separate insurance for each one. So it's not a small investment when you go into a specialized field.
Wow.
Yeah. And if I may, I mean, if I'm not there, Tiffany represents me as my lender, title. And so I want somebody who knows what they're talking about and is a professional.
Right.
Yeah, not just from what they know, but how they dress, how they appear. Because I look as I'm an extension of the companies I'm representing. I am the last person your clients are going to see at the table, and you want somebody you know, trust, and like that's going to represent your business the way you want it to be represented.
Looking sharp.
And
working
taking
it like
care
you
of our
mean it.
clients.
Yes.
I follow up, and I just, because if I'm not there, I like to ask, how did your signing go? Did you have any questions? The feedback is always wonderful about Tiffany. Oh, she was great. I really enjoyed signing with her. I've never felt so comfortable. And then I followed up with flowers to make sure that. But she always does represent me well. So I do fight for her if she's not vetted with like a HELOC company that I go to. They use specific titles. I'm like, well, I want to get my girl vetted so I can send her out to meet with my clients versus just a stranger.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that is so awesome. That trust is built in that process is amazing, isn't it?
That is.
So you're on the mortgage side.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I'm a mortgage broker. What that means is I work with institutions. I'm not a bank. I'm not a direct lender. A direct lender has a line of credit that they loan off of. And once that's used up, they got to start selling their loans on Wall Street so they can recoup that money. Banks use the assets of their clients. Brokers, we're broke. So we go to where the money is. We do have to get, Misty's broke, yes. We do have to get vetted as well through our wholesalers. We apply to become in line with them. I have over 100 investors in my portfolio, so what that means is I can shop what's best for your scenario. And if I don't have it, then I have the ability to go find it and add them to our portfolio.
And that's huge.
It is, yes. And then as being an extension of my company for so long, I've worked with my same broker since 2004. We started our journey at Countrywide Home Loans.
Countrywide?
Yes.
Everyone used to do Countrywide back in the day.
It was fun times. There's a lot of fun times there. Learned a lot as well. But I've been with my same broker since then. There's 3 of us that actually have lasted together since. He's been a great mentor of mine. and put a lot of trust in me. So through the trust and the challenges that he presented on me, I was able to grow. So I'm not only a loan officer, I process, I pre-underwrite, and I'm the only contact you have through the entire transaction.
Oh my.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It is.
Yeah, not passing.
So, you know, if Kathi were to call and say, hey, Misty, what's going on? First of all, she doesn't have to because she's already updated throughout. But everyone is throughout my transaction, and nobody has questions of, is the appraisal and has the appraisal been ordered? My CRM is pretty awesome about updating everyone.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know exactly where everything is at through the entirety of the transaction.
Well, for everything you said, that makes me feel better that you didn't get back with me.
She already made up for that.
I just get busy, you know. When people are buying houses,
the pain is still
it's
lingering.
really hard.
I think you need to take it to lunch.
I will.
I think so.
It's just really hard to be spontaneous. And if there's things that are planned, I have to be flexible with my schedule to meet the needs of my clients and my agents. Because if you're not, you're only as good as your last transaction. Right? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But I'm only putting it out there. I'm not Big Shady.
She doesn't jack everyone around like
Oh,
she
man.
does. Right? So,
There's just not that many people who do
There's
if
that.
I was buying a house, Lord.
You know, level of importance for the day, you know. So thank you for being flexible.
You're so amazing.
Yes.
I so appreciate you, and your standing in our community is excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I hear these things, right?
Well, you're at
Yeah.
a lot of the things I
am,
attend, so it's great to see everyone.
You as well. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
Kathy. So my part of the process is I'm a selling agent and also a buyer's agent. So I sit down with sellers and find out what they're going to walk away with when they sell their house, which is very important.
Yes.
That's actually the most important thing when selling your house is what you're going to walk away with. And then as a buyer's agent, I show buyers as many homes as they want to see until we find the right one. Yeah, so I have to be very flexible with my time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
So what agency are you with?
I'm with Century 21 Dream Home.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris, right. Was that Coldwell? I thought you were in that building that day.
She wasn't.
She wasn't in the building that day? Oh, okay, wrong
That
building.
was another one.
Okay.
That was
that's
another blonde.
Sorry.
One
We did a
one
visit to
of
Coldwell.
It was Coldwell, I'm sorry. So, is that a cuss word to you? No.
So Century 21.
Yeah, Dream Home. Kathi Philpot. She likes seeing the banner right here.
You know what's funny is that not a lot of people know which brand any of us are with because you work with me.
You're the human.
Yes,
Yes, exactly.
yeah. So a lot of people want to work with Kathi Philpot, and that speaks a lot.
They
Yeah.
do. Look at you.
Yes.
You're just so much fun.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
we could hang out with you all day.
Yes.
It would be awesome.
Yes. And Misty will call you back if you need to get pre-approved.
Yes.
Frank. So that's the way to get with Misty.
That's how to move up on the ladder.
Yeah, that's how you get called
Frank
back.
needs a
That's
pre-approval.
right. Yes.
Yeah. If you're not buying, then you ain't flying. Right?
Yeah.
So, I got you.
Priorities, sir. Priorities.
Right. You know what, guys? We ask a question from people that come in here because our whole platform is about infusing hope and encouragement into the community. We're trying very, very, very hard to try to flip the script on all the negativity that the world is throwing at us today. Right? So we brought you in here. It's been very positive. You laugh so easily together. You can tell that you guys work together. Yeah. And there's a lot of trust going on, right? Like you and I, right?
Exactly.
The trust and being able to love and all of these good things. So, Kathi,
Yes.
I want you to begin. Tell the people in our audience today something encouraging and hopeful.
Just life is short. It's you got to live life and you got to have fun. I remember when my husband came home from deployment, he just was watering the grass, just green grass gave him so much joy. And I thought, I love this because it's all about perspective and what's right in front of you. And that's what every day is a gift. I live in an attitude of gratitude, and I'm just so encouraged to be here. So thank you both for inviting me.
No, thank you for coming. Yeah,
thank
you
you.
are a ray in our community.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
Really are. Yeah, just looking at you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Tell your
Yeah.
husband.
Smile.
Since your husband's
It's because
in
of
the room.
braces.
She does have beautiful teeth.
Yeah, your teeth
Yeah, but
rock.
it's also face with it. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
We're too po for bracelets. We couldn't even afford the OR. That's how we're called po. P-O.
It's never too late, yo. It's never too late.
That's right.
Go get you some braces,
Or veneers.
Oh, veneers.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just getting full new teeth.
Get your
We're
Kardashian.
in a different place now, right? Yeah. And
Kim
you can say,
Kardashian, look out.
Yeah, I want teeth like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So I heard you can go to Mexico and get awesome veneers for
really?
half the price.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And yeah,
You might be
no,
missing a kidney though when you come back.
Your teeth look good, but
Sorry, but
No, Larry
that's why it's
He did it?
Yeah, he did it. He just recently did it. So if you ever want it done,
Oh,
we'll talk to him.
Yeah, he looks like he's okay.
He looks great. He came back a brand new man.
Well,
Like
I haven't
veneers.
seen him in person. I'm gonna hold out judgment until she's got me thinking.
Just gonna be doing that next time we see her. But your teeth look good.
That's right. We sold your kidney, but your teeth look good.
Michelle and I will go with you. We'll bring our guns and we'll protect you while we're doing it.
there's probably someone local, you know.
Might be a better option.
You can fly the surgeon from Mexico here and have
There you
the
go.
same cost.
Okay. That's an option.
All right.
Listen, give us something encouraging and hopeful.
Encouraging. It's a great community to be part of. Not knowing anyone when I first moved here, I had many moments leaving club meets or just one-to-ones, feeling very humbled. Sometimes I cried, good tears. Just the fact that this community has truly restored my faith in humanity. Everyone here is, how can I help you? Coming from Southern California, it's always grind, and such a rat race that the just common nature of folk has really left a lot of communities. And in here, we may be a big city, but it's definitely got the small town vibe. So thank you. I love you both. You're very inspiring. So I do follow you. I do stalk you. But I'm also very inspired. So when I wake up on those days that I don't have the gumption, I think of the faces that do inspire me in our community, and you're definitely part of them. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was so sweet.
Yeah.
Tip.
I would say where I started my journey, I was a stay-at-home mom and I was very, very lost. And if you have that burning desire to go back to school or start something new or go get that job, I say go do it. It will bring you joy. It will be hard at times, but it's going to give you a newfound in life and a new reason to get up every day. And I always say I'm walking my dream and living my dream every day, because this is what I dreamed as for a little girl. But for the longest time, I stood in my own limiting self-beliefs. And once I finally let those go and started meeting people in our community, and they kind of helped me see that I am something, I do have a good idea, just run with it. I will definitely reiterate what you said, is that the community here is definitely uplifting. We are all very much a relationship-based culture versus a transitional. Coming from California, we were very transactional. So it's one of those things that if you find your space where you're not sure what your next step is, just go for it. That's what I say. Just jump in.
You are. You know what? If you had stayed home and not went out, that would have been hard. When you go out, is hard,
Yes.
right? So in essence, choose your hard.
Exactly.
Right?
Staying home would have been
Yeah.
a lot harder
Yeah.
than starting this.
Yeah, choose your hard because life is hard. Let's be
Yes.
real, right? Yeah, it's hard navigating space in life, but since it's going to be hard anyway, choose a good hard.
Yeah.
The one that you were designed for and created and put on this earth for. That's the heart that energizes you, right? So do that. Thank you. And you, my friend.
Yes, so I would definitely say a few buddies and I, we just did a coat drive for a school system. We did research and we saw one of the school systems that were lacking winter clothes during the winter times. A bunch of kids showing up to school with just t-shirts on or shorts. So I would definitely say we got over 200 clothing items to give back to kids in the community so that they can be warm going to school. So just to give the younger kids hope of being warm and not having to freeze and walking to school or walking home from school, and just giving back to the community it'll give you a better feeling than you could ever imagine. So just give back to the community and just because the community gives back to you. So just keep giving out and keep giving everything you can to the people around you. So
superbly said. Absolutely. How can people reach you, Tyler?
So you guys can reach me. My email is tyler@paramounttitle.com, PARAMOUNT title TITLE.com, or my cell phone 303-854-7933.
Thank you.
But he is engaged, ladies. So just
Yeah.
saying once again to Sadie.
Thank you guys for letting me be a part of this. This is awesome. You guys are
Thank you.
amazing people, and I look forward to the relationship that we all grow. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Absolutely. We got you, Sadie. Don't you worry. He's got a big black friend that's not afraid to go back to jail.
Okay, Johnny Cash.
He's gonna walk away.
No, you didn't go to Folsom.
Oh, tell them how to reach you, Tiffany.
You can reach me at northendnotary.services@gmail.com, or you can reach me on my cell, which is 719-440-4843.
Yeah, see how she gives her number so freely?
So freely.
So I have two.
Oh,
Exactly.
We only know
That's the public one.
That's your public phone, right? Yes. Missy, how do we reach you?
Email is misty@fortitudemortgage.us, and that's because there's one in the UK. My cell phone is 719-551-2160.
There we go. Fortitude Mortgage and the great Misty Stuart.
Thank you.
Indeed. And Kathi.
Yes, my direct phone number is 719-290-4169, and it's Kathi Philpot @gmail.com. Kathi with a K and an I.
Yes.
Because my mom always wanted a Kathi Canoe. You know that TV show, Father Knows Best?
Yes.
And the little girl is Kathi, and that's,
At least you have a cute story. I'm from playing Misty for me. Oh, Eastwood. She's nothing like her.
I'm named after the store.
Oh, I love that. That was so awesome. There you go. And you can reach Kathi also on your local TikTok channel.
Yes.
Right.
Kathi Philpot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kathy Philpot. TikTok.
Indeed.
TikTok.
Before we wrap up today, we want to make sure that we spotlight our sponsors once more, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Crescio, our friend who is in the room with us, is the great Joshua Aguirre. He is passionate about uplifting the Southeast, and when you partner with his company, you will learn how to automate your sales funnel using tools like ChatGPT. Visit Crescio.com to learn more. And also our great friend at Westco Insurance, the most fabulous Karen Butcher. She loves helping people save and get the best service ever. She's my insurance agent.
She's mine too.
Indeed, as she is. So visit her at westcoinsurance.com and let her be your agent in getting you the best insurance possible. Our mission always, Lisa, is to extend hope, right?
Yes,
and
it
encouragement in the community and help people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement. How can they help us out?
So you can help us out by going to our website at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor. And you can get your business name out there by also liking and following us, and also subscribing on our YouTube channel. And if you want, we can come to your place of business. If you do not have a brick and mortar, we do what's called a business spotlight. So our show before this, they're already getting customers at their store that we were at this past Wednesday. Super exciting. So if you know of any businesses who want to get spotlighted, we will come out. You can go on our website at beencouraged.net to get scheduled.
And the only thing you got to do is feed us.
Yep.
Okay.
Treat us to lunch.
That's all you got to do.
That's it.
Treat us for lunch.
Yeah.
And we'll come. And we do come to Parker. They'll tell you that.
Yeah, we do.
So, right.
You and your dad.
Yup.
Treat us to lunch.
Yes, indeed.
They got good food up there too.
They have very good food.
Yes.
Our audience has a reach of 40,000 people a week and growing. So make sure you get an opportunity to highlight your business on the Be Encouraged show. Help us in our mission to infuse hope and encouragement into society and community. Just because it's jacked up doesn't mean we have to participate, right? So that's a choice every day that we make. We enjoy having you on Mondays on the Be Encouraged show with Frank and Lisa. We get to start off our day with incredible people like we have in studio
I live
today.
for Mondays now.
I do too. Isn't it fun?
It's so much fun.
More fun than we should be allowed
I
to
know.
have. But
It is
we
actually,
are.
I know. We always say that. We're like,
When
how is this
I
happening
can't
right
believe
now?
it. Yeah, so come back next Monday. Reach out to Lisa at beencouraged.net or Frank at beencouraged.net if you have any questions or additions or creative ways that we can best infuse hope and encouragement. Thanks for being with us. Thank you all for being with us as
Yes.
well. We'll see you next Monday. Be encouraged. Bam.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
And I love